Hello again. As alluded to in the last video, I received a response from Northumbria Police Officer Lloyd, 1812, who forced his way into my property, removed devices, some of which I didn't own, assaulted me in the back seat of his car. We've made several inquiries to him as to when we might expect our devices to be returned. He's hitherto ignored them. They've been made via email or via Northumbria Police, who said that they sent him emails and left him messages and so on. I'm pasted in the dialogue between us in the description of this video, and the one point to note is he responded to this as I sent him a screenshot of the submission I'd made to the NHS crisis team, who I've been liaising with, because I've, as you can imagine, been under a lot of stress and anxiety after what was essentially an act of state terror. He clearly didn't feel comfortable with that, and I would guess, judging by his response, which it looks like he's had checked, he's now responded. The dialogue is largely self-explanatory, but you'll see in it there's an attempt from myself to make sensible suggestions about how this could be de-escalated, how these allegations made against me, mendacious allegations by Rachel Hudson, after it's been, I've drawn attention to gross procedural errors, evidence being submitted without signatures, falsification of evidence, the cultural genocide of our daughter, all of which she was made aware of. And I've sort of said in the narrative, which you will see, I've made several attempts to make a counterclaim of harassment, effectively, because this mendacious allegation of vandalism, there's no evidence to support it. She knows that, he knows that. It was done, in my opinion, as a pretext to be able to gain some sort of order to force his way into the property. But hitherto I haven't been treated equally. They won't take up that. I personally think it shouldn't be like this. It should be goodwill, adult conversations of how we can resolve this, and returning a girl back to her parents, who has had a Polish heritage destroyed by South Tyneside Council, and we should be compensated for that. Don't want to gain financially myself, and then we can rebuild her heritage, and she can understand of who she is. And I've explained in the other videos why these things happen in the care system. There's a huge scandal here about children being sort of emotionally abused by local authorities with the knowledge of family courts, to weaken their emotional attachment to their parents, to support long-term care orders, which are then children are directed to private equity owned agencies. So do take a look at the description. Take care. Bye.